makes me sick.
It's like Spielberg's work.
Sister, observe, behold it! Just when our time was running out.
Hi everybody, it's me, Jackie Armand. I'm back again with another spooky craft video. Today, you guys, we are gonna make the Hocus Pocus spellbook.
Book, darling, come to mommy.
Or Winnifred Sanderson's spellbook, to be specific. Basically, after I got so many likes and comments and everything on the Black Flame candle video that I did a little while ago, I will link to it in this video. I thought, you know what, let's do another Hocus Pocus tutorial, and this is something I've been wanting to do for a while. Now, I was originally going to just get a used cookbook or something from a thrift store or something like that was a little more screen accurate in size and thickness. But then I found this. It is the Unofficial Hocus Pocus cookbook. Found it on Amazon, and it came out on September 7th. I pre-ordered it. That's what took this video so long, as I was waiting for it to come in. It is not exactly as big as the spellbook is, and it obviously not as thick, but I just thought, you know, what's better than having just a regular Hocus Pocus spellbook prop? Having one that I can use. I can basically pull this out and open it up and cook a Hocus Pocus recipe with it, and it will look like the actual spellbook. So I am so excited to do that. So obviously throughout this tutorial, if you guys out there want to get your own book that you feel like is the right size and the right thickness and all that kind of stuff, you want to do that, feel free to. The concept will still be the same with what I'm doing, the technique and everything, so feel free to do whatever you want. But I will link to this too, the Amazon link, if you want to do what I'm doing and kind of make a functional spellbook. I think that would be really cool. But anyway, before we get into that, I would like to ask that if this is the kind of content you like, if you enjoy crafts, if you like tutorials, if you like costuming and anything just all around spooky, that you give this video a thumbs up and you also hit that subscribe button. Also, don't forget to hit the bell so you can be notified anytime I post a new video. It is Halloween all year round here, so not just in October. So if that is something you like, then stick with us, because it is a lot of spooky fun on this channel. Okay, without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and get into the video. Hi guys, okay, so I'm here to give you all the supplies you're gonna need for this project. The first thing you're gonna need, obviously, is whatever book you want to turn into the spellbook. Like I said, I'm using the Hocus Pocus cookbook, which I will link to in the description, but you are free to use whatever book you wish, whether that be something you just found at a thrift store, some book you have lying around that you don't care to mess up, or whatever. Then what we're going to use to make the skin on the book is we're going to use paper towels. So just get yourself some paper towels. Then with that, we're also going to you're going to need some paint, some different kinds of paint. A brown, like a darker brown. I'm using It's called Bark Brown by Folk Art. I just kind of took the picture of the black flame candle with me to the hobby store, and just kind of tried to match it best I could. You're gonna need a tan colored paint. This is called Honeycomb, and it's also a folk art paint. This is gonna be kind of just like a highlighting color that we're gonna use. You're gonna need black, just basic black, and you're gonna need some silver. This is just shimmering silver is what it's called, and it's just some kind of metallic paint at the store. And then you're gonna need some like puffy paint that I got at Hobby Lobby. It's fabric paint, but it'll be fine. You can use fabric paint, not just on fabric. And I got some gold. You're gonna want that. So that's gonna be like for the painting. So, and then obviously you'll need some paint brushes. I'm just using like a bigger one and something a little bit smaller. And then what we're gonna use to make the all of the stuff that's on the book is some Crayola Model Magic. Now the reason I'm using this stuff as opposed to like just air dried clay is because this stuff is really light. We don't really want anything that's going to be too heavy, that's going to make this book really heavy, or is going to weigh the cover down too much or anything. And that stuff's really light. Plus, it'll also stay on with the glue. What we used to glue it on, and it won't just pop off. Because if it's too heavy, then it's just going to pop off. Also, that stuff is really easy to work with. If you're not really big in like clay modeler, which I'm not, it is really good. It's really easy to manipulate, and pretty much anybody can use it. If you've ever played with Play-Doh before, then you can use this stuff. And with that too, I'm gonna be just using like a basic pencil to kind of do some like extra detailing on the stuff. And of course, also you're gonna need a hot glue gun to glue the stuff down. We're also going to be using some Mod Podge. I'm going to use the gloss, but you are free to use matte, whatever kind you want, for whatever finish you want. And then, of course, you're going to need an eyeball to put on the book. I bought on Amazon just this little bag of little eyeballs. It's an eyeball, and it's just actually a half of one. And it's just, you know, empty on the other side. This is what you need because it's what you want to glue the eye on. You want it to be flat on one side. These are kind of small. I will put a link to them in the description. They're perfect size for this book. But if you're gonna make like a bigger spell book that's really huge, these might be too tiny. So, you know, you can probably buy some like I'm sure there's some foam eyeballs out there somewhere that you can just cut in half, or you can just buy some foam balls at the store and paint the eye on. There's lots of ways you can do it. I'll still link these eyeballs in the description in case you want to use them if you're going to do it with this book. They actually ended up looking really cool, actually. It's like a really pretty detailed eye, which ended up being really neat. I didn't have to like do any painting to make it look better, because sometimes foam eyeballs can look kind of cheap. But yeah, so that's all the supplies you need. So what we're gonna do first, first thing we're gonna do is I'm going to use a pen, like a Sharpie, and I'm just gonna look at a picture of the spell book, and I'm just gonna kind of draw and map out where I want all of the skin flaps to go. And then we're gonna like cut out the paper towels in the shapes that we're gonna do. Now, like, I know the book has some things on the spine. There's some things I'm gonna do a little bit differently with this that you might add to your book if it's bigger and thicker, but since mine's really thin, the original book from the movie has like a spine with these fingers, I think they are, on the side. Or are they Dead Man's Toes?
Dead man's toes! She's trying to concentrate now.
Anyway, they're like these weird like fingers on the side. I don't have room to do that with mine, so I'm not going to do that. But, I mean, you'll just use the same techniques that we're going to use with the model magic for the other stuff. So, you know, just do that. But, yeah, I'm not going to do that. Also, a lot of times you'll see some of these books that have like a working clasp where you can actually unclip it or whatever from, you know, the little ring around the eyeball. You can kind of like unclip it, which is also really cool, but mine is also a little too thin for that too. I feel like it's kind of pointless, so I'm not going to do that either. But feel free to do that. I know there's some other tutorials on YouTube probably that have that kind of thing that is easy to figure out. And so you could just look that up, but unfortunately I'm not going to be doing that because my book is a little too thin for that. Anyway, but yeah, so the first step, we're going to map out our plan. I'm so sorry to whoever came up with this beautiful cover art on this book because I'm about to ruin it. Yeah, so we're going to map it out, tear up our pieces of paper towel, and we're going to Mod Podge them on. So that's the first step, and so let's get to it. Okay, so while we have our little book drying, we're gonna go ahead and make all of the stuff out of Model Magic. So we basically have to make the little snakes that go in the corners of the book on the front and back. So we've got to make 4 of them, and then the little snake binding that goes right next to the binding of the book. I think that's also on the back. So we're gonna make 2 of those. Okay, so that's next. Okay, so we've got everything drying. I have like this weird kind of way of having everything dry so that nothing's sticking to anything. And then we've got all of the Model Magic I've done also drying. So, and that's gonna take about 24 hours. So I will see you guys for day 2 and we'll finish it. Okay, see you then. Okay, it's day 2. Hi everybody. So what we've already done so far with the Black Flame candle book is that we have covered it in Mod Podge and paper towels to kind of give it that skin look. And I don't know if you could tell while I was doing the time lapse, but I was kind of using my fingers to kind of manipulate the paper towel when it was still wet with the Mod Podge to kind of give it like a wrinkly, gross looking kind of effect, kind of trying to create wrinkles. And then I also kind of like rolled the edges around each section to kind of give it a raised up look a little bit. Then also I glued the eyeball on, and I kind of also used some paper towels to kind of create a like eyelid, bottom and top lid over the eyeball as well. And then, you know, we did we made little things out of the Model Magic, which I just kind of looked at a picture of the spell book and tried to imitate as best I could. So today what we're going to do is going to be a whole lot of painting and gluing. We're going to start by painting the book and also painting our little Model Magic stuff, and then we're going to work on gluing it on. So that's what we're going to do today, and hopefully we should get finished. Alright, so I guess let's get into it. Okay, so here I am using some black paint. I'm going to start painting in between the pieces of paper towel that we put on the book. So basically in between the pieces of skin that is supposed to be there. I'm doing this so that that part can be a little more pronounced. We're going to go back over it with brown paint a little bit, but I just wanted that to be darker in the crevices. I also think I went back and did a little bit in the corners where the little snake pretzels, for lack of a better word, are supposed to go on the book, so that that would be like kind of shadowed. And then here I am painting all of the stuff that's going to be silver black first, and I'm really getting into all the crevices, all of the details that I did with the pencil when I sculpted them, and then we're gonna dry brush over with silver, and that black will kind of show through a little and it'll look aged. So that's what I'm doing now. Okay, so the next part of the painting that we're going to do is we're going to paint all of this with the dark brown. And, you know, we can get in the cracks a little bit because we don't want it to be like perfectly black in there. But, yeah, we're just going to kind of like go over all that and get that all really dark brown. And then after, we're going to go over it lightly, dry brushing it with the tan to kind of give it some dimension. So that's going to be next. And then after that, we'll also use, once that's dry, we'll use the puff paint to put some stitches on. And then pretty much after that, we'll be done after it's dried. So here we go. Okay, obviously I forgot to mention that we also have the gluing to do. So I'm just using some of this tacky glue that I got from the a hobby store. I had it lying around to glue them on. It's clear. Really, you could use anything. I was originally going to use the hot glue, but I decided against it because I was worried that because the Model Magic was kind of flexible and hot glue isn't, that it might be easily popped off. So I went in a different direction. Obviously, if you had anything else, you could use like E6000 or something else, or you could try the hot glue if you wanted to. This is just my preference, but really any glue will kind of get it to stick. It's not super heavy. Yeah, there you go. I'm just gluing it in the spots that it's supposed to go and letting it dry.
Winnie, we'll make more potion because, Winnie, we have the fun!
Nothing good can come from this book. Got it?
It's just a bunch of Hocus Pocus!
Okay, everybody, it's another day. I'm doing the exit video. A lot of that drying time took it took some time. I will say that if you're planning to make this, just take into account that kind of thing, that there's a lot of things that take some time to dry before you can do the other things. So that was maybe the only frustrating thing about this project, but it turned out so neat. I know y'all didn't really get to see the back in the reveal video, but I mean, it's pretty much the same kind of thing, just we have this little claw hand here, which when I looked at a lot of pictures of the spell book, you know, some that people made had like a skeleton hand on it, some of them were claws, and I tried to look at like some screenshots of the actual spellbook from the movie, and it looked like that it was more like a claw type of thing, so I just kind of did what I thought would look right, but yeah, overall I am so happy with it. Also, another thing I did too was I coated the whole thing in Mod Podge when I was completely done and everything was dry. I think I actually ended up using matte Mod Podge for the like actual book, and then where the metal is, I did glossy because I felt like that would look appropriate. But yeah, I love it. I think it is so cool. I know it's not quite as like thick as the actual spell book, and it's not quite as big as it's supposed to be, but you know what? I don't really care because I can open it up and actually use it. It is a usable spell book, which is so cool in my opinion. But, you know, like I said, for you guys, feel free to make yours more screen accurate, get a bigger book if you want, and do that if you wish to do it. And if you do, please, you know, let me see your pictures, because I would love to see other people's, you know, crafts and their interpretations of this project, because everybody does it a little bit different. Yeah, that's it. So hopefully you stayed and watched till the end of the video, and I hope this satisfies all of you guys out there who really loved the Black Flame Candle video that I did. This gave you a little more Hocus Pocus-y love and more projects to do. I also have a couple other actually ideas that will probably trickle out throughout the rest of the year, the rest of next year, that also have to do with Hocus Pocus. So there will be more on this channel, you know, later on. I think for now we're just gonna really focus on Halloween party stuff. I've got a few things up my sleeve for next month, and then you know, Christmassy, spooky Christmassy stuff later, but that will be later. Other than that, I would say if you did stay to the end of this video, if you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. And also don't forget to hit that subscribe button and to hit the bell so you can be notified anytime I post a new video. Like I said, there will be a lot more spooky videos to come this month, which is, you know, almost October. When I'm filming this, is so close to October, and I'm so excited. But other than that, I will definitely leave links in the description of this video to things like my Etsy shop, which I have, that I sell a bunch of Halloween-y, spooky, witchy things all year round, so feel free to check that out. I will also leave links to my Instagram, where you can check out, I post a lot of pictures of, you know, past Halloween projects, kind of craft stuff like this that I do. They're old, like, past Halloween costumes that I've done on there, and also lots of pictures of Lydia. Lots and lots of Lydia. Also, if you don't know, if you're new to this channel and you don't know yet, I have 2 books on Amazon that I've written. So if you're looking for something to do in between my videos, then feel free to check those out, which I'll leave links to. One is a zombie romance and one is a vampire adventure story. I'm also in the works of making another book. I'm about halfway through writing it, so there'll be another one soon. So like I said, check that out, and if you really like it when you read it, please leave it a good review too. They are available as paperback and Kindle versions. But other than that, I think that's it. And again, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for all the love and support, all the likes, all the subscribes. It has been just amazing. And until next time, stay spooky, you guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!